Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I love these guys. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. Happy February. Oh, bye-bye January. Woohoo! And it's Groundhog Day. Wyerton Willie said 6 more weeks of winter. Puxatawny Phil, 6 more weeks of winter. But Shubenacadie Sam said spring is on its way, so I'm going with Sam.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So, Sam! So I have a few announcements for you because I'm the announcement lady. Lady! Wednesdays, we have a much calmer contemplative service on offer. Sundays are a bit fun and rowdy. The services on Wednesday are called Practicing the Presence, and they go from 6:30 to 7:15. There's prayer, there's music, there's spoken word. It's a lovely, delightful oomph on hump day of your week. Class is continuing the Foundations of Science of Mind Wednesday. Started last week from 7:30 to 9:30, being taught by Helen Vallot and Margaret Ann Snyder. This class is a stepping stone into the fantastic philosophy that we all know and love, Science of Mind. Understand and learn how to apply the Science of Mind principles to your daily life and live the results. Learn the tools to take your life to the next level. The class makes Science of Mind easy. It's for the new and for the seasoned. And these two fantastic women are also teaching a spiritual mind treatment workshop. It'll be on Saturday, March 1st from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Join Helen and Margaret Ann for this illuminating workshop. Oh, I'm supposed to do jazz hands. Illuminating workshop. See, I said I would do that. And that's why I'm the announcement lady. It is an illuminating workshop in the technique of affirmative prayer. All are welcome to join. It is only $20 to take part in that. We are also looking for a whiz-bang person who knows or knows of somebody who is familiar and excels at writing grant applications. If anybody has entered that world previously, they know how special it is, and we need someone that can dedicate the time that's required to do that. So we are looking for someone. So if you know of somebody or if you are that person, speak to Helen or speak to Jonathan. And last but not least, our fantastic practitioners are here for you. Margaret Ann, Helen, and our very own Reverend Jonathan Zenz. If you have anything heavy on your heart, don't leave with it on a Sunday. See one of them after service and let them know the truth of any situation for you. If you prefer to do it more anonymously, we have a prayer request box on the outside. You can write it down on a piece of paper, leave it, and know that all will be well and all will be taken care of on your behalf. And on your behalf, let me say what he's... Oh, it's birthday and anniversary Sunday! Did anybody who's having a birthday or an anniversary, did you fill out a ballot? No. Did you fill out a ballot?
No.
He was too busy working on the announcement song.
I'm playing guitar right now.
And does anybody else have a birthday who didn't fill out a ballot? Because what we're going to do is we are going to draw names from the basket, write down a charitable organization, a registered charitable organization. Does it have to be Canadian? Yes, it has to be Canadian. Put in the basket. We will make a draw shortly, and a portion of today's basket proceeds will go to that organization. While they're doing that, and while someone's bringing to Pierre, one, because it's his birthday this month, why don't we sing?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
Excellent. Is that everybody? Wait.
Let's do it again.
Wait. Dead air. Dead air. Bear with us. Stretch. We have a lot of snow for those of you who aren't with us here today. Perhaps you're home in your pajamas because there's so much snow. But it's lovely and mild here in Toronto. It's -3. It's Super Bowl Sunday. It is actually lovely and mild today. In Thunder Bay, it's -23. What else can I tell you? Yes, yes. Yes, I'm also the weather girl. Yeah. Ta-da! Yay! Cara, because it was your birthday yesterday? Oh wait, can she draw? Did you put your name in here? Yes, sir. You're out of luck. Okay. Tia. But you can't pull your sister's name. No, I'm joking. Yeah.
Tasha Michelle.
Tasha! And the recipient is the Center for Spiritual Living. Woohoo! Thank you. And that is me done. So I'm going to pass the floor over to our ever spectacular and wonderful Reverend Jonathan Zenz.
Thank you. I don't know about you. Announcements are starting to become part of my favorite part of service. I'm just so entertained all the time. How are you today? Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, good. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual. I'm sorry. I've just had a cup of coffee. I have to have a little water now. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. My name is Jonathan Zenz. I am the spiritual director here, and it is a pleasure to have you join us today. I want to say hello to everybody who's online with us as well. We are here with one purpose in mind, one purpose. We do one thing. We only come here on a Sunday for one thing, and that one thing is what? Coffee.
It is good.
Some people have their priorities straight. No, we come here for one purpose. What is that purpose? Just let me know. Why do you show up here every Sunday?
Community.
Community. What else? To celebrate.
To remind myself
To remind yourself of what, Tony?
that right where I stand, God is.
That's right. Right where he stands, right where you stand, right where you sit, right where we are, God is expressing. God is expressing fully by means of you, by means of me, by means of this brilliant band. God is expressing by means of the very structure that we are in. God is expressing in and through all things, and that is what we celebrate here on a Sunday. Ah, and it feels so good. It feels so good. It's one of my joys in life is that I get to do this every single day of my life and bring joy and smiles to people's faces. So we do this, one of the ways that we do this is by sharing together readings and music, and, I'll yammer on for, 20 or 30. Really? 20 or so minutes, maybe a little more than 20 minutes, about something that has struck me this week, that I feel is inspired me. And that's the trick. If you ever want to know how to be a minister, you just talk about the things that you need to figure out yourself. It's the truth, because that's typically what's going on in the universal mind. And when we tap into that which is universal, we all get to share in that. It's a wonderful thing. Let's share together, to start though, on the cover of our songbooks, these words of Dr. Ernest Holmes. And as we read this, just tap into that place within you, that place within, that understands this as the truth. Here we go. I am happy and complete today and forever. Within me is that which is perfect and complete. It is the spirit of all life, truth, and action. I am happy in the certain knowledge of this inner light. I radiate joy and life, for life is within me now. Life is within me, life is within each and every one of you, life is within all of us, right here and right now. and here to express some more life, our practitioner of the day. Please welcome to the lectern, Margaret Ann Snyder.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. And I seem to be on the same theme as the morning so far. And I would like to share something that has been on my mind this week. And that is from The Science of Mind on page 465, to do with the Great Awakening. We know by intuition that there is something beyond what we have so far consciously experienced in this world. Poets have sung of it, and there are moments in the lives of all when the veil seems thin between, and we almost enter into the heavenly state. This is the meaning of coming to one's self. We are still in the awakening state. We have not yet consciously entered the state of perfect wholeness. We know that such a state is a reality, and that we shall yet attain this reality. Nothing can dislodge this inner and intuitive perception from our mentality. We know it as certainly as we know that we live. This is God in us knowing himself. We are awakening to the realization that the universe is perfect and complete. It gives, it is love, and it is good, and wills only good to all alike. And this brings to me a realization that there is in me a presence, a wanting to do better, a wanting to do good, a wanting to express myself more and more in love and in beauty and art and in logic. And this is the voice of God. I feel that this is the voice of God. This is the center of who I am. And this comes through as intuition. I think it's part of intuition. This knowing that we are better than we think we are. And so as we change our thoughts, we do become better. This intuitive knowing that is the voice of God in us, that lives through us, as this beautiful energy. It is perfect, it is whole, it is complete, and it is who we are. And I have an affirmation. I live an intuited life as the full blossom of love. If you could say that with me. I live an intuited life as the full blossom of love. And so it is.
Thank you, Margaret Ann. It was beautiful. I live an intuited life as the full blossom of love. Just breathe that in. Take that into your heart. Take it to that deeper place, beyond the intellectual knowing. That part of you that knows the truth. Right here, right now, you are the full blossom of love. For love is the creative source. Love is the creative spirit. And we are all born of this. And so we'll sing together today, The Face of God. If you want to follow along in your songbook, it's on page 2. Allowing this to simply resonate within the soul. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
And I take a deep breath and I realize that there is only one presence, and it is goodness, and it is love, it is brilliant, it is open, it is infinite possibility, it is the truth of who I am, this beautiful expression that is God-centered. This is what I am, a beautiful divine expression of love from the inside out and from the outside in. I am part of this whole beautiful expression of God that is everywhere present, that is this beautiful expression, this beautiful life that each of us lives. And as I know this, I open my heart and I express and I expand and I take flight, and I know that as I soar, I am love and I am the expression of the divine. I am open, allowing, letting God work through me as me, letting my life unfold from this beautiful voice that says in me to do, to be, to expand, to love, to create, to know that this is the truth of who I am. I am a divine expression of God, open, allowing, loving, and letting it be, letting myself be, letting my truth shine, and letting myself know that I live as God from this voice of truth, from this love expression that is my seed, that is my opening, that is my growing. I live and I love as God, this beautiful individualized expression of the one. I allow, I let it be so. And as I release these words to this perfect law that says yes, I relax and I allow and I let it be. I open, I release, I let it go. And together we say, and so it is.
So just take a breath. Allow that. Allow those words to simply resonate in a relaxed place. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
So the face of God expresses itself in myriad ways. And one of the things that I'm eternally grateful for are the volunteers that we have at this center. And last week we had our annual general membership meeting, and we had 2 Conscious Commitment Awards to give out. Only one of the recipients was here at the meeting last week. The other recipient is here today and does not realize that this is being given to this particular person. So I'm going to read what this award says in honor of this person's dedication to this center. Words cannot express how grateful I am for what this person gives. Center for Spiritual Living Toronto Conscious Commitment Award, given this 26th day of January 2014, that was last Sunday, for your unwavering dedication to the vision and continued success of our spiritual community. And this is being given to Christina Alvaradejo Hughes. So, you are the face of God. And I am so grateful to all that you give to this center. Thank you. Oh, do you want this?
Yeah.
You can protect it that way. You know, so I was going to do the other reading, but on the heels of that, this song seems absolutely perfectly appropriate. So I'm going to turn it over to the band now to let us know the truth about what it is to give. Please welcome Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band.
So walking around town, have you heard the news? Apparently we all got free will, we all get to choose. Are you singing love songs, or are you singing the blues? Now you've got your way and I've got mine. We're all connected by the universal central line, attracting to us what we believe all of the time. So I'll give what I got to give, I'll give what I got to give with love. I'll give what I got to give what I got to give with love. I said I'll give what I got to give what I got to give with love. Well, it always brings the sun out, which breaks the dark cloud above. So hey there in the mirror, what's it gonna be? 'Cause you know that release in the past, well, that will always set you free. And there's only love, it's plain to see, that can take away the pain, oh, and the misery. So I'll give what I got to give, I'll give what I got to give with love. Oh, I'll give what I got to give, I'll give what I got to give with love. I said I'll give what I got to give what I got to give with love. Oh, it always brings the sun out, which breaks the dark cloud above. Come on, Stephen. If I think of how I'm feeling dark cloud, which breaks the dark cloud, which breaks the dark cloud above. Oh, yeah. Here's what I gotta give.
Street band. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. So I was sitting there thinking about the song, listening to the song, and then thinking about the experience of life and how sometimes things seem to not work out the way you would like them to work out. Does that ever happen to anybody? Is there anyone who has never experienced that in their life? Sometimes things just don't work out the way you think they're going to work out, right? Why do you think that is? Oh, I'm not, that's a rhetorical question. That is a rhetorical question. So, part of the reason that I think that this happens sometimes is because, well, actually, not even part of the reason. The only reason this ever happens is because we forget who we are. We forget who we are. Now, what did we start off the day saying? I said, why do you come here? And it was for community, to celebrate, for the coffee. All words that start with C. Consciousness. But what did Tony say? To remember who I am. To remember who I am. Each and every one of us has an opportunity in every single moment to remember who we are. And that is a brilliant, gorgeous, beautiful manifestation of a divine energy that is so unlimited and so powerful, it scares us sometimes. What's it going to take to step it up in each and every one of our lives? That's what I'm really here to ask today. What is it going to take to step it up? Step up into that next thing, to step up into the power that is inherently coming through us. How many of you are ready to step it up? This is not a rhetorical question. How many of you are ready to step it up?
Yes.
Wow, it's really only about half of you. Really. There are 6 more weeks of winter. You know, winter is a beautiful expression of the divine, too. It is. I love it. You know, and yes, I grew up in Arizona where there is no winter.
Kind of expressing its ass off right now.
It really is. That's nice language, Tony. Thank you. You know, I usually refrain from using that kind of language up here. It is expressing itself beautifully. Yes, infinitely and abundantly. Yes. Where was I? Oh, yes. We're here to remember who we are. That's all we're ever really trying to do, is trying to step into that place of remembering who we are and living it full time. Living it full time. Because the only time that things kind of ever go awry is when we forget and we stop living it. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about today is the concept. Oh, are you ready for this? The concept. No. Oh, well, yes, concept is another C word. The concept of, but what I'm talking about is not a C word. The concept of God's will. Do you know that we do talk about God's will within this philosophy? And that may come as a surprise to any of you who know how specific I am typically about saying, you're in charge, it is you, you're the one, because you are creating your own life using this divine power. So do you know that there is a will of God? And the reason it also sounds weird is because it sounds like, oh, all of a sudden I've put God out there somewhere, and that God has some kind of will or divine plan looking down upon me saying, this is the way you must live your life. This is my will. And that's not at all what I mean. Do you think God's will is to live in limitation or bondage? No. No. God's will is to live in infinite freedom. Infinite freedom. That is God's will. That is the only will there is, to live in infinite freedom. Now, if you are living in limitation and bondage, it's because that's what you've decided to do on some level. God is infinite freedom. God is infinite freedom. And so if we're living narrowly, if we're living small lives, it's only because we've decided to. That's it. Why are we still suffering? Why are any of us still suffering in any way? Whether we consider it, oh, I'm suffering, or, yeah, I'm kind of suffering. There is no greater small in the universal mind. Anything that is erroneous has equal weight in God's mind, in the universal mind, which is the mind that we're all part of, that we're all sharing, that we're all using. And we're either using it to our advantage or to our disadvantage. Why is there still suffering? I will tell you, it's because there is a misunderstanding in the mind. And that misunderstanding for many, many people is this belief. It is the belief that God will save you. That God is somehow going to bestow its will upon you of, what did I say? Of infinite freedom and save you from the shackles of bondage. And the truth is, that will happen. But you're God. You're God. You are the full expression of God right here and right now. So if you are looking to be freed from the shackles of bondage, it is up to you to make that happen. Oh gosh, it sounds like a lot of work, doesn't it? Truth is, there is nothing to be saved from. Nothing at all to be saved from, except our own misguided thinking. That's the only thing to be saved from. Our misguided thinking. Because what happens when you think in a misguided way? This is not a rhetorical question. You create what you don't want. That is what happens as the result of misguided thinking. Now, too many of us are living in the subscription of fear. We subscribe to fear as kind of our MO. And it is supported. It is absolutely supported by our culture, by the media. I mean, you just watch the news. That is all fear. Are you buying into it or are you not? Because it is up to you whether or not you buy into it. Now, you all know, I'm a big news junkie, right? And I've said up here many, many, many times that I watch the news and I simply know the truth and I look at the spiritual values underlying all of it, all of the expressions of the world, and you know what? I've gotten tired of it. I've put myself on a news fast for a while. Just cause. Yeah, yes. Yay! We don't get to hear about U.S. politics in here anymore. Until next week. Hey, Canada has plenty of its own politics going on right now. Now, the truth is, too, if you are living with any subscription to fear, and I'm calling it a subscription to fear, because you know what you can do with a subscription? You can cancel it. It is. It's a big C word day. You can cancel your subscription to fear. And I'm encouraging each and every one of you to do just that today. Now, one of the things that happens if you have a subscription to fear on any level is it will pop up in the most unexpected places, as it did for me yesterday. I'm going to tell you about another C word, the cruise. Tony was with me when I had a meltdown yesterday. Tony, my friend and roommate, we were out shopping because, many of you know I'm going on a cruise in a couple weeks. A lot of you may not know that. I'm going on a cruise in a couple weeks. So we were out shopping for, cruise wear. Now, I talk a lot about how I've lost about 25 pounds since I moved here 2 years ago. And I was very happy with the progress I've made and losing some weight and feeling really good about myself and getting to the gym and working out, and it feels really good, right? Yeah, that all went out the window yesterday when I was trying on bathing suits. I literally had a meltdown yesterday. And it did not help when the guy who was, I'm about to totally call this guy out. I was so put off. So there was a guy who was helping us, and he, you can try bathing suits on if you try them on over your, undergarments. So I went in and I tried some on, and he, the guy who's helping me asked, he says, so how's it going in there? I said, not too well. I tried a couple, styles on, and, didn't like any of them because I just looked, and first of all, it was really bad lighting in the place we were. It was fluorescent and not focused very well, and it was just gross. So I can't believe I'm telling you this. So I tried it on, and then I said, these are not going to work for me. And he had the gall to say this, well, maybe you need to, something along the lines of, maybe you need to look at something more age appropriate. The look on Carrie's face.
Where's the body buried now?
I will point out, he did not make a sale that day. No, he's older than I am. I think. I'm just gonna go with that. And and the truth is, what's really funny is in that moment, I really don't have any issue around my age, but boy, that touched something in me that made me kind of go, really? Now, for those of you who may be here for the first time, so, what's that? What? No, what did you say? That's exactly where I was going. For those of you who are here for the first time, yes, I am gay, so I do talk about gay things once in a while. But what it really brought up for me is this fear that I have bought into in the gay community around age. And I still am buying into it. Now, it's not just limited to the gay community. It really is not, but sometimes I feel like it rears its ugly head in the gay community very visually. And that's why I actually disassociated myself from gay community for a very long time. When I was living in New York in the late 90s, I moved to Los Angeles, and I basically disassociated myself with being involved with the gay community at all, because I was just done. I was done with what I perceived, and this is really what's important. I was done with what I perceived to be life that I did not care for, in terms of the superficial nature of the gay community, which is what a lot of people see, and I think that's part of the reason we have a hard time sometimes around being taken seriously. Now, being gay is not all of who I am. It's a part of who I am. But the superficial nature of a lot of what we see, I had bought into. And I'm still, on a daily basis, taking myself out of that paradigm. On some level, I feel like I don't fit in. How many of you, and this is a rhetorical question, but I really want you to consider this. In whatever community, and there may be several communities that you consider yourself a part of, to what degree do you feel you don't fit in? Just take a moment to contemplate that. Because I don't think I'm the only one who sometimes doesn't feel like he fits in. I used to be a lot more fearless in that particular community. One of the nice things is that when I transferred and I really got involved in the theater community, and there's not much difference between the gay community and the theater community, but when I really went into the theater community and put all of my energy and effort into living the theater life, that's where my fearlessness transferred. But I became very reserved and very shy. Can you imagine me shy? I actually am very shy. If I go out to a bit like Tony's gone out, we were just out on Thursday night, we went to a bar, and I really do kind of become a wallflower at bars. I used to be a lot more fearless. Where have you developed fear in your life? And how do you move past it? I started to worry in living within that place of fear. I was starting to worry about other people's opinions. And I think ultimately, all fear, I'm trying to think, is there, well, I'm sure that you can probably come up with many examples of how this is not the case, but I'm starting to feel like all fear is born out of what we think other people think. And that's it. It's the only place fear can come from, because if we truly tap into that place within, that place, that heart space that knows the truth of our being, how could we possibly fear anything? So how do we deal with the fear? How do we deal with the fear? Well, today, I'm about to use a phrase that will sound off. But we deal with the fear by stopping ourselves playing the God game. And actually, I'm going to rephrase that to emphasize the operative word. Stop ourselves playing the God game. I do believe that even especially, well, not especially, but within this philosophy, where we claim to have a deeper understanding and a deeper expression of life, we get into a place where we're actually playing games with ourselves. We play a game pretending to understand who we are without embodying it. We must stop that. Today is about going deeper. Today is about going to that deeper space, to go beyond the intellectual understanding of I am God and you are God, to that deeply rooted heart space of expression as God. Because it's not enough just to say it. We must live it. We must express it in everything we think, say, and do. Now, the God game also is the belief that God will come along and save us. That God's will is outside of ourselves. God is not going to come along and fix all your problems. God is not going to come along and fix all your problems. There's only one thing that will fix your problems, and that is you rethinking and establishing a new belief that supports the truth of who you are. God can't, here's the deal, God can't come along. Where would God be coming from? Because if God is everywhere, God is not coming from any place. God is here. God is who you are. God is right here, right now, fully expressed, fully orbed as you. So God cannot come along except as you. That just makes logical sense to me. That's just logic. God cannot come along except as you. But we love to throw that blame out there. We love to throw the blame about things going awry in our lives and say, well, you know, and this is the other thing that happens sometimes. We get into that place of throwing the blame out. See, I'm going to go back to the RSBS of saying, God is all there is. God will take care of all of my ills. God is la la la, and living in this airy-fairy fantasy world without truly connecting with that truth. God is all there is. That's the truth. But if you're living in an airy-fairy place of God is all there is, la la, my life is falling apart around me, but God is all there is, so this must all be for my highest good, it is up to you to rethink your relationship to the world falling apart around you And what will happen is as you rethink it, as you come to a deeper understanding of the circumstances you are experiencing, your life begins to build itself back up in a constructive way. And that's really all any of us are really looking for. Constructive lives. Blessed lives. God's nature, God's very nature is creation. That's all God is ever doing. God is only ever creating. God does not think for itself. We think on an individualized level for ourselves, but God does not think for itself. It is simply unfolding as creation all the time. And so it only knows to do. It only knows to do. So as you rethink your life, as you recontemplate your life, as you step into your life fully from that place of understanding, God begins to build a foundation around you because it knows only to do that. But if you believe on any level that there's some place where you can slip or fall or that there's a crack in the foundation, God only knows to do. The foundation is cracked in that case. God's nature is creation, that's all. It is not up to God to give you courage. You must decide to be courageous. It is not up to God to give you wealth. Really hear that. It is not up to God to give you wealth. Because a lot of people come to this philosophy looking for wealth, the experience of wealth, and we talk about it a lot. You can live a wealthy life, but the truth is, you are already living the most infinitely abundant life you can. You can never be more abundant than you are right now. When you really understand that, the circumstances start to show up in support of that idea. You must decide to live wealthy. It's a decision. And wealth, by the way, does not equal money. Wealth does not equal money. Start to understand your own self-value, because a high value of self is really, for me, the true expression of infinite wealth. And when you really understand your value to the expression of God in this paradigm, in this world, everything starts to flow and show up in your life. And I will tell you, I know this because I have expressed it and lived it. Playing the God game also puts us squarely in future living. If you're playing the God game, assuming God is going to come down and fix all your woes, well, you're assuming that something is going to happen in the future. See how that works? You're not actually living in the present moment. And as long as you are not living in the present moment, you will never truly experience your greatness in this present moment. Wow, this is depressing, isn't it? I'll tell you why it's not depressing. And I'm going to start off by saying, Ernest Holmes writes this: all bondage is a result of a circumscribed viewpoint of reality. Now, first of all, when he writes this, he's written reality with a capital R, which means he's talking about the divine reality, the spiritual truth, the greater reality, the reality that is expressed beyond the lowercase r reality, which is the circumstances of our life. Now, this is all God too. But when we get in touch with the capital R reality, then we raise ourselves above bondage. So, all bondage is a result of a circumscribed viewpoint of reality, of the spiritual truth. We have restricted in our own minds the understanding of the spiritual truth. That's what he's saying. But who does that? Who did that? God didn't do that. We did it. we're the only ones who have limited ourselves. We accepted, consciously or subconsciously, everything that we experience in our life. And the reason that I say there's good news in this is because if we created it, we can recreate it. You are not limited to the experience you're having right now. Not a single one of us is limited to what we are experiencing right now. If you want to live a more extraordinary life, it is up to you to step into that. Don't beat yourself up. One of my favorite catchphrases, anyone who's been in any class with me really, or in mental muscle, let yourself off the hook. We beat ourselves up so much. So what I learned yesterday, after I got home, beating myself, and Tony will tell you, I beat myself up the whole way. And the truth is, it had nothing to do with that guy. It had nothing to do with the very... Okay, maybe it had a little bit to... No. It had nothing to do with the swimwear I was trying on, although I have a very good idea now of how I'm going to move forward in this. It had to do with my own sense of self and who I am and how I was expressing in that moment. I was the only one beating myself up. You can change your life. That is what we teach. You can change your life. You can heal your life. You can become independently wealthy in your life. You can experience the most glorious relationships in your life, letting go of any relationship that doesn't work for you. You can live the life you have imagined, but you have to make a decision to do it. Ernest Holmes writes this as well. It is important that our consciousness be clear. It is a big C day. Our consciousness be clear, that we should know what we really believe about God. It is important that our consciousness be clear, that we should know what we really believe about God. What we believe about God inevitably influences our entire experience in life. I'm going to read that again. What we believe about God inevitably influences our entire experience in life. What we believe about God inevitably influences our entire experience in life. Not just this little part of it over here, not just this little part of it over here, our entire experience. So if this part over here doesn't feel so good, it is partially because of a decision or an understanding you have come to about the nature of God in your life. What we believe about God inevitably influences our entire experience in life. So begin to ask yourself this question. What do you believe about God? What do you believe about God? When I came in here 2 years ago, I challenged people because God was kind of a bad word in this community. People didn't want to hear the word God. Freaked them out because of some paradigm many of them were holding on to from previous experiences in religious institutions about what God meant within those paradigms. I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to the deeper understanding that God is who and what you are. God is who and what I am. God is all. And I don't fear the word God. So what do you believe about God? Because ultimately, what you believe about God is what you believe about yourself. What you believe about God is what you believe about yourself. I just had a moment, I looked down at my notes, I thought, wow, that doesn't really make any sense. I wrote a sentence. Okay, so I also got up at 4:30 this morning. That doesn't make any sense. So what did I mean there? What you believe about God is ultimately what you believe about yourself. Everything that may have come up in your life that doesn't feel so good is simply the result of misguided energy. Redirect. Redirect. In every moment, redirect your energy to that which is supportive and loving, compassionate, kind, caring, peaceful, harmonious. redirect your energy, redirect your thinking, redirect your flow. If you find yourself sitting in the story that is not working for you, did you just say stop it? Yeah. Stop it! We do not honor God ourselves by living lives that are less than. We do not honor God by living lives that are less than. We do not honor ourselves by living lives that are less than. We do not honor God ourselves by living in the idea of, I can't. Check in this week. How many times do you tell yourself you can't? Become aware of it. Become acutely aware of it. And in the moment that it happens, stop. Redirect that energy. Because you can. We do not honor God ourselves by thinking we are limited. Neither can we limit God in that belief. We cannot limit God. We only limit our own experience as God. That's it. It takes resolute thought, a poised mind, and a confident spirit to overcome this erroneous thinking. Again, Ernest Holmes. It takes resolute thought, a poised mind, and a confident spirit to overcome this erroneous thinking. So today, my encouragement to you is to find what aspects of your life don't seem to be working for you and begin to understand them from a different point of view. Live as though failure is not an option, because failure is not an option. It is not an option. You succeed at everything you plant in mind. Everything. You succeed at everything you plant in mind. You are fully and wholly supported by a power that knows only to create. Step into that power. Be the creative source. Be the creative medium. Be the power. You are the vehicle for creation. So stop playing the game of God and start being God. Start living the life of God. Namaste. Everybody's running screaming from the room now. No, they're going to go get our fellowship set up.
So we getting the Speedo next week?
You're not, no. Really? I might surprise you one of these days. I just don't, maybe in the summer. Maybe, you know what, Pride weekend.
What, you'll wear a Speedo?
He asked me if I was going to wear a Speedo next weekend. To service, I think he meant. I'm going to invite you all to take whatever it is you have to offer the center in terms of a financial gift, a tithe, a commitment in investment, an investment in this center. And hold it to your heart and understand that it is an energy, that money is God in action. It is simply an energy that is simply flowing through to create a deeper experience and expression here. And yes, in this world of reality with a small r, we do require money. So we require money. It is what it is. And I'm grateful for the abundance that you share today. And I'm grateful to each and every one of you for your willingness to share so freely, openly. And as we hold this, let's read together on the back of our songbooks the divine givingness statement. Right after that, we'll go into the point of power, which is on page 27 of your songbook, but we'll read this first. I know that God is the source of all supply, and that money is God in action. I know that my good is here now. I claim an abundance of money to spare and share. I know that true prosperity includes perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. I bless all that I have now, and I bless the increase. I give thanks for this good. I know that my gift today goes forward to heal and bless. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center and know that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. Point of Power, page 27.
2, 3, 4. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. In this moment I feel grace. In this moment I feel grace. In this moment I feel grace. I feel grace. I feel grace. I feel grace. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. In this moment I feel love. Moment I feel love. In this moment I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now.
Awesome. I'm going to invite Margaret Ann to do a blessing over our offering.
In this beautiful moment of ever expanding joy and love and power and passion for this life, in this moment that is perfect, that is whole, that is complete, I give thanks and gratitude for each and every person of this center, each and every volunteer, each and every board member, each and every band member, and absolutely everyone that lives this life of expansion and joy. In gratitude for their sharing, for our sharing, for this life that expands and includes all, this life that is the truth of who we are, this ever knowing, this ever voice, this ever power that is our center. It expands and includes everything and everyone that this life offers. In gratitude for these gifts and in gratitude for knowing that they are expressed and received and used in the highest and the best for everyone concerned. In gratitude for each and every person, in gratitude for the center, for Jonathan, for these teachings, I release this to the law of mind, knowing that it is manifest and expanded and lived perfectly with grace and love. I release, I let it go, I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Margaret Ann. I do want to acknowledge our board members on duty today, Angelica and Helen. Angelica's first on duty day on a Sunday as a new board member since she was elected last week. I also want to say thank you to Christina and Aurora for setting up today. Our greeters today, Judith and Marg, and hi Lou. So it's lovely to see you, as always. I also want to thank Nick, who's in the bookstore today. Check out the bookstore. You know, we have books in the bookstore. We have lots of great stuff in the bookstore, and you should check it out because there may be something that piques your interest, and we're happy to sell it to you. Indeed, we are happy to sell it to you. Wow, that landed like a big rock. I want to thank Carrie in the booth. I also want to thank Tony for being on our webcast today, and again say hello and offer gratitude for everybody who does watch online, whether you're watching live today or you are watching in an archive version. It's great to have you with us. I also want to say thank you to Mark, who would have been with our dynamic kids today, except we had no dynamic kids today, did we? No, we didn't. But we do have dynamic kids that they are on their way to this center, and I'm grateful to Mark for his service. I also want to thank our practitioner of the day, Margaret Ann Snyder, for your meditation, your reading, your affirmation, and your treatment. Thank you so much. I especially, of course, want to say thank you to Pierre Gautreau and the entire Queen Street Band for your brilliance. And thank you to each and every one of you for being here and joining us today and creating this community, because that's what we are doing. We're here creating community. So let's take whatever it is that we resonated with today.
And let's allow ourselves, each and every one of us, to simply step back into that resonant space of understanding that God is all there is. There is nothing but this conscious creative power. It is who and what we are, and everything we see, everything we do, all experience is born of the creative power of this divine energy. Allowing ourselves to get in touch with that today, and carrying this with us into the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, firmly rooted in every moment, being the present moment. This is what sacred living is. Right here and right now, I give over to the sacred. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. This love, this space of love, this place of understanding, this deep conscious commitment, this one creative power, the one thing, God. This is all there is. And it is expressing itself fully by means of each and every one of us. each and every one of us living its life as our own. Each and every one of us firmly rooted in the creative power of love. I call upon this right here and right now to more fully express itself in everything we think, say, and do. I call upon it right here and right now to be the very basis on which all is built upon in our lives. Love, joy, happiness, wisdom, power, peace, beauty, harmony, light. It is from this light that I allow myself to express in infinite gratitude in all my thoughts, in all my actions, in all my words. Everything is from this place of gratitude. And I simply let gratitude fill my life. And in doing so, I know the word I have spoken is complete. It is done right here, right now, in the very speaking of it. So I release it to that immutable law, knowing it is complete. Knowing this to be so, allowing it to be so, together we say, and so it is. I will share, 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 I will share this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. This love, this love, this love. Just drink it in, drink it in. We're going to end the day with Bright Side of the Road, which is on page 20 of your songbooks. You need time to tune. I have to punt now. We have fellowship following service. I think people have brought some potluck items, so please enjoy that as we do on the first Sunday of every month. People bringing in good, lovely potluck things, and enjoy your community. Enjoy our community. You good?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Bright Side of the Road, page 20.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And feel free to get up, dance, stretch your legs, enjoy the day.
From the dark end of the street,
From the dark end of the street
to the bright side of the road,
to the bright side of the road,
we will meet you once again
on the bright side of the road.
Little darling, come with me.
Little darling, come with me.
Won't you help me share my load?
Won't you help me share my load?
From the dark end of the street to the bright side of the road. And into this life we're born. Oh, baby, sometimes we just don't know why. And time seems to go by so fast. In the twinkling of an eye. Let's enjoy it while we can.
Let's enjoy it while we can.
Won't you help me sing my song?
Won't you help me sing my song?
Little darling.